can see, and I'll be taking you through the Space Shooter game, which is one of the games that we shall be working on together throughout this whole time, the 2 weeks time. So let's see. So first of all, some rules or some things to note. First of all, I hope you can all hear me. I don't want. Okay. Can you guys all hear me and still see the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Okay. So. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So first of all,
We can't hear you. Maybe you're muted.
Hello?
sorry, I don't know. I was muted. Can you hear me now? I don't know. Someone I was muted.
Yes.
So I was still saying you don't have to code during the session because first of all, if you're using Scratch online, it may take some time to load, so you may not be able to do everything as fast. It also depends on your internet, so it's okay if you can't actively code during the lesson. You can just follow through, and then afterwards you can get to work. I hope you guys all installed Scratch. There's the online version and the offline version. They can all work. And then make sure you follow the instructions because it's very important such that you know how everything works. And then ask questions. Do not fear. I don't think I'm scary, so feel free to ask me any questions. If you're lost, it's okay to be lost, but don't fear to ask. Yeah. And then also there's a WhatsApp group, so you can also post the questions there. And in case you don't understand something, you can always come back for reference because the meeting will be recorded. Yeah, it's being recorded. Yeah, and then you can know we're also going to be working in groups throughout the session. So be ready to work in groups because it's very important to know how to work in groups as you're programming such that you can get different perspectives from all kinds of people to improve your product. So I think Godwin took you guys through Scratch, like the fundamentals, why you need to learn Scratch, why it's important. So Scratch is sort of like a foundation for programming. It's also its own programming language, though it's block based, and it's good for like beginners who want to learn how to code because it has a lot of concepts that are applied in the other programming languages. So I ask you to pay attention because you'll see these things coming back even in the other languages that you do. First of all, Scratch is not as scary, I can say, as the other languages because you're just going to like be moving blocks and stuff, and then you see the effect of your code immediately. Unlike the other languages which you'll learn later on, for example, Python, C, and C hash, and others. Yeah, so for now, please focus and make sure that you get these concepts and practice. Yeah, so I think that's enough of the talking. Let's get to work. Let's dive in. So I want to show you guys some of the things I did with Scratch. You guys will obviously do better stuff, but maybe just to get an overview of the
Can you please
things
show us your
that you can
screen?
do. This. Oh wait, you guys cannot see my screen.
I can see your screen.
Oh, how did that happen? You can see my screen.
Yeah,
We can
maybe
see
it's
your
someone's
screen. No, I
internet.
can't.
It's your internet, bro.
Okay, you can see my
Yes.
stuff, My stuff? Okay, then
Yeah,
I
we
don't
can
know,
see.
probably.
You can see
Okay,
it
great.
perfectly.
Probably the other person. Okay, you can now mute. Thank you. Probably the other person has an internet problem. Sorry, but for now, I guess we can go on. So I want to show you guys some of the things I did with Scratch. I've done with Scratch. You guys will obviously do better things. I know you guys are sharp, so yeah. So it's still loading. This is the online version. Still loading. So I would advise you guys to get the offline version, especially if you want to get hands-on and practice even when you don't have internet, because the online version kind of gets annoying when it takes a long time to load and stuff, and if you don't have data. So yeah, there is a problem with the score. Okay, let me first make it full screen. Now let me make it full screen.
Cool. That actually looks pretty cool.
Okay. Ooh. So I'm supposed to collect. The frog is not supposed to enter. Okay. Yeah.
That is not
So something like that. Okay. So you guys can make it better. First of all, mine, when it ends, there is no like, okay, it has a timer. You're supposed to work in that specific time. But some of you may want to, first of all, increase the background sound and everything. Like, you know, the games you play. So there's always a way to improve the game. Yeah. And that's why there's a part of Scratch called remixing. You guys, I think when it's available for the online version, you're able to connect with other Scratch users all over the world and see their projects and see how they come up with stuff, see their code, and improve their game. Yeah, that's why I said it's important to work in groups for programming, because you need feedback from all sorts of people, because you're making these things for people to use, not just yourself. Yeah. Let me show you some other one. This one is not complete, so it's going to kind of look weird, but I just like how I put the background stuff. Wait, let's wait a minute. Okay. So I need a full screen. Okay, so this game is supposed to, this fish is supposed to increase in size when it meets, when it eats other fish, but I hadn't worked on the code, so you'll just see how the fish is moving in the sea, but there's nothing really. Okay. So maybe you guys, I can give you and you remix that later on when you've gotten to know the other Scratch concepts. Let me see if there's any other thing. Hope you guys can still hear me anyways. I know the internet can be shaky. So this is also something I created. There is this piano. Can you guys hear?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's also one of them. This is the code here that I came up with, sorry. Yeah, so it all lies in your hands, how everything runs, yeah? So you're the one who makes the games. So now I'm going to show you our project that we'll be working on together. And that is Space Shooter. Okay, so it's like this. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I failed at my own game. But let me see if I can. Yeah, you're supposed to hit the rocks. Oh, so
Wait, you're supposed to hit the
German
rocks,
method.
or you're supposed to dodge them.
Supposed to shoot them. Yeah, shoot them. Oh, I feel you're going close. Oh no. Okay. I think you guys this is slow. Okay. So I'm not really good at this, but I guess you guys will know how to make it better. But I think you get what the game is about, yeah? We have a rocket ship and we want to release sort of like bullets to hit the rocks. And if the rock hits you, then you've lost. Yeah. So maybe one last time I could show you guys. Woo. Okay, that's sad. I just scored 9. So we can obviously improve this to be better as we're working together. So yeah, that's the project we'll be working on. So back to the slides. I hope you all know how to use. Okay, I know Godwin took you guys through all this stuff. So, but maybe I could just help you recall a little. First of all, this is a stage where we'll be able to see the effect of our code. I want you to imagine this as like a stage literally, where you have actors. And in this case, the actors that will work on the stage are your sprites. And the sprites are these ones, the rocket ship, the button, in this case, the rocks, and this is also a sprite here. So you can get more sprites from here. You can come here, choose sprite. That's if you want more characters in your game. Probably you want this. So she'll be here. And for the sprites, each of them has their own code. Like you have to code them individually. This is a code. This here is a code for the rocket ship. And then this right here is a code for the buttons. So we're going to be coding for each sprite, basically giving instructions for each player on the stage what to do. So yeah, this is a stage. These are the sprites, which will be like the actors, literally. And then these will be our blocks that we shall be shifting here, just dragging, put here. You can see the effect of your code like immediately. For example, her, let's try probably if we want her to move. See? There's also an option of changing her costume. Costume is here. I don't know, So she can be like this or like that, yeah. So it depends. Okay. So I want us to start from scratch. So I'm going to create a new Scratch file. Yeah. So first of all, when you open Scratch, you're going to find this cat. It's the sprite that's there by default, and the screen is white by default. The background, which is also, okay, the backdrop. Yeah. So, yeah, I think you guys can now get what this whole area is about. Here, this is the code, the different kinds of code that we have for motion. If you wanted to move 10 steps, this is a block. And the good thing with Scratch is that you can immediately see the effect of your code by like tapping. Yeah, you can move this. Oh, I don't know why it's not moving. I think yeah, it's supposed to move. Yeah, so you can move this anywhere you want. You can turn it. Now this thing of turning, you guys I think know this degrees. So you can, sorry, can you guys hear me? I had an interruption.
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you guys see my screen? Okay. So
Yes, we can see your screen.
the degrees, you can turn your sprite in any angle you want. Okay, great. Thanks. You can turn your sprite in any angle you want. Trying to change the angle, but I think my computer is being slow. I'm so sorry. But you can type the angle that you want here. For example, if you want 90 degrees, you can always write it in this space, this white space here. My computer is being sort of slow, that's why I can't change the angle, but for now, at least you know that. And then there's a go to block. You can go to the random position. You can make your sprite move to any random position on the screen. Yeah, anyways, so I don't think I'll be able to go through all these blocks right now, the motion looks, but I'll be explaining as we move on. So for now, I can close this and I can, if you want to remove your code, you can just drop it here. It will automatically get deleted. Yeah. So now we don't need the cat because, yeah, we don't have any cats in space. Okay, but our game has no cats unless you want to use the cat sprite, but I definitely don't want to use it. So I'll just click here and remove it. So I will choose a sprite. I'm going to choose my actors, the ones I want on the stage, literally, yeah. So, I don't know why this is not clicking. Okay, let me just look for it. So these are the different kinds of sprites that we have. All these are for you to use and play with. Okay, so I want a spaceship. So space.
You have to go to fantasy for spaceship.
Rocket ship. Oh yeah, you can just scroll through if you want. Okay, I guess I'll use this one. Are you seeing? These are the different costumes. When you click it, it shows you all the different ways that you can have this sprite. So these are the different costumes of the rocket ship. You're seeing the Coke and Ruby. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so sorry about that. So we shall get the costume that we need. These are the different questions, but I'll just use this one. So I'm going to delete all these, but probably you guys could use them if you like. Maybe if you want to make it like fly or something, mine will just be moving about the y-axis. So yeah, so I've gotten the costume that I want. I'm going to bring it here. So one thing that you also notice is that you know the x and y axis, right? I think you guys have maybe heard of this in math. So the x-axis is the horizontal line, and then the y-axis is the vertical line. So Scratch helps you determine the position on the axis where your sprite is. For example, so imagine like a sort of like x x-axis here, and then like y-axis here in the middle of the screen, and then like when you move this, are you seeing this x changes and this y change? So Scratch is able to tell you exactly where your rocket ship is located on the screen. Yeah. So another thing with this rocket ship, as you can see, it's quite big. So you can always come here to size and change. Probably you want it 50. Okay. My computer is being slow. It's kind of freezing because I'm trying to put 50 here. I'm so sorry. I do not know. Okay, so in the space of for size, you can always change the size of your sprite to whatever size you want. Initially, it's at 100. So as you keep, of course, if you increase it, it's going to be bigger. Then if you reduce, it's going to be smaller. So you can always change the size. Here, it was at 100. Okay, I think I'm going to use the online version. I don't know why this one is acting up. I'm so sorry about that. I want you guys to be able to see everything. So So when you want to create a new project, you come here to new. I'm sorry, I did that first. And then so I'm using the online version now. So I'm going to remove the cut sprite and go through the process again. So I'm looking for the spaceship, space rocket ship, whatever. Now that's a problem with the online version. Things kind of take long to load. So yeah, it's kind of slow. Yeah.
How old are you?
Yeah, great. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know if the person is asking here. So the rocket ship is loading. Because I clicked it. I hope you guys saw that here. So I'll check the questions again. I'm going through the process one more time because my online Scratch was acting up. And I want you guys to be able to see everything. So I have to kind of repeat the process. We don't need these questions, remember? Okay, for this project, but you guys can use them if you like. I beg your pardon?
Sound too young to be knowing all this.
Oh no! Too young to be knowing all this. Eh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is it a question? No, this is easy. I hope you guys are not confused. I'm so sorry if I'm moving so fast.
Now this is easy. You're going at a normal pace.
You're not too fast.
Yeah?
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Some of us have
Okay.
already used Scratch.
Oh, some of you have already done Scratch. That's really nice. And okay, please mute your microphones because I can hear my echo. Okay, so for those who have done Scratch before, that's very nice. It's nice to have you on board. You'll be able to help people who are like new to this whole thing. But it's okay if you're new to Scratch because that's where everyone starts. Yeah, so it's okay. So I guess now you can see this. This is a sprite. Remember that sprites are the players on our stage. we're going to be able to instruct them what to do, give them instructions using these blocks, which is our code. So we are the guys in charge, sort of like in the background. Yeah. So yeah, as I was still telling you guys that we can change the size of this sprite. I hope this doesn't refuse like it did before. You can come here and type in probably 10. This one as well. So you've seen it has become very small. So probably you could do 40.
Oh, that was
40. Okay, 40 now. Probably you can do 60. Yeah, I guess 60 is okay. Or if you want, you can increase to like 300 or something. Yeah. So it's basically up to you. But as you can see, if you do 300, you won't have space for other sprites. So we are done getting our rocket ship, so the others will be easy. Remember, we need sort of like bullets to hit the rockets. Please mute your microphones. Mute your microphones. So we need sort of like bullets to hit the rocks. So I'm going to come here and look for something that's bullet-like. If you want, you could use basketballs to hit the rocks or apples. It's up to you. Or like beach balls, or this thing, and like yeah, you can even use butterflies. It's really up to you. Like you just get. But for me, I prefer this one. So I'm going to use the button. Yeah, there are different costumes. It can be orange, blue. Okay, someone please mute those people with microphones on mute because I can hear my echo. But okay, this is us. This is my second sprite. So I want it to be small. This big thing can be coming out of this small rocket ship. So I'm going to like make it like 30 or something. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, and I can rename my sprite. If I don't want it to be button 2, I could call it maybe bullet. Okay, seems so extreme, but okay, bullet. Yeah, I'll call it bullet. Yeah, and then there's something else we need. We need the rocks. We need to hit. We need them. We need the rocks. Yeah. So I can come here.
Let's come out of the rocket ship.
Because it's our defense. Yeah. Yeah, we need to hit the rocks. I hope you saw the illustration.
No one's in space.
Yeah.
You've been in space. No one's in space. I mean, except from aliens.
Okay, you guys can always put any defense mechanisms you want. You can even put hats like to hit the rocks or something. So I'm going to get rocks. I'm going to get rocks. You can just type it in, but my internet was sort of acting weird, so I'm just going to look for it. So this is my other sprite. Okay. So we have, I also want to reduce the size of the rocks, probably like 70 or 80, depends. You can always trial and error and see which one is okay for you. So we have our 3 sprites, our actors on the stage, and we're going to give them instructions. So there are guys behind, like, instructing them what to do and everything. But then we want to be in space, so the white background is kind of boring. So I'm going to choose a backdrop. So you come here and choose a backdrop. There are so many backdrops you could use. If you don't want your game to be in space and probably on a baseball pitch, yeah, you can get a baseball pitch. Yeah, you guys can always come and explore all these options. Yeah, you don't have to use the same exact things I'm using. I know you people have like nice imaginations and you've played various kinds of games, so you can always pick anything you like. But here, I will pick something space related. because yeah. So the sprites are taking long to load because I'm using the online version. Remember, initially I was using the offline version, but it was acting up, so I decided to use the online version. So yeah, that's why the things are taking some time to load, but I guess so. Okay. So there's space here. Let's wait for it to show. It's taking some time. Also, you don't have to like scroll through everything. You can just come to these options and check. For example, we just need space, so I could just click space. The options are going to load with time. Okay. For now, let's just use this one that's already loaded, though I don't like it. So yeah, it's going to show on the screen. Sorry for my bad internet connection. Maybe next time I'll use like another line or something, because it's really taking some time.
It's okay, it happens to all of us.
In the meantime, I can be showing you guys the slides as well as a backdrop. As a backdrop loads, the backdrop is like our background, and yeah. Okay, did someone say something? Okay, so I've helped, I think, recall the elements that Godwin already went through. The stage is where we'll be working and seeing our sprites in action, and the sprites in this case are the actors, like they're going to literally follow everything. Please mute. So the sprites are going to follow everything you tell them, like anything, okay, that can be coded and has options in the coding section. So yeah, so it's basically up to you to control these sprites. And then the script is basically the instructions, yeah? So the blocks that you make,
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, hello.
Hi. Hey guys. What's the teacher? The teacher's
Is the teacher speaking? What just happened? Has class finished?
Where's the teacher? Who knows? Custom. But I don't know. Me too. Me three. Yeah, it's internet problems. Yes. Please stop chatting.
okay. So I disconnected. I don't even know. I'm so sorry.
But
I got disconnected, right?
yes.
Yeah, my internet acted. So
Yeah, you did.
where did I?
You are on the scratch chair.
Scratch. Yeah. You're clicking clicking your background.
You are in the scratch chair.
Okay, okay. Let me share and we continue. Okay, I think you can now see my screen again.
You can see your
Okay.
screen.
Okay, had I gone through this because I was talking, I didn't know that I had disconnected. Had I gone through this?
You.
Oh my God. Okay, that's really sad. So I am very
You
sorry
are
with
on
the internet.
Scratch. No, wait. Yo, you on Scratch.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
So you guys saw how I
Scratch.
got this part?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's nice. So we're going to get a backdrop. We want our game to be in space. So I'll choose a backdrop. Yeah, as I said, I don't know if I'd said that already. You can always get any background you need, like anywhere, like where you want your game to be. I want mine to be in space, so I can just come here. Okay, you can as well just scroll through, like check all of them. But if you like have a specific um backdrop you need, you can just come here. I want mine to be in space, so yeah, I'll choose the stars. Yeah, it's loading. Oh wow. So I chose the stars. It's supposed to be showing instead of the white background, but because of, yeah, finally, so that was an issue of the internet. So when that happens, like if you're using the online version, don't get frustrated. It just happens with the internet. That's why I was saying that for those who can, you can get the offline version such that you can all these things can work like very fast without having to wait. Just that mine acted up, so that's why I'm using the online version. Okay, back to the slides. So I think I told you guys what the stage is. Like, it's basically where the actors are. I don't know if I said that because, yeah. Anyways, basically where the actors are, where we say the actors, in this case, are the sprites. You're going to instruct these guys what to do using what we call a script. Because scripts are basically instructions. Yeah, you just say move 10 steps and the sprite will move. Turn these degrees, turn this kind of degrees, or go to this position. Yeah, that's all in your power. And the programming palette is basically this whole code here. This is all a programming palette. So you can always drag blocks from here, and you can always see the immediate effect of a block when you click it. If you don't want to risk, because sometimes you can like get a block that's going to spoil your whole game or something. For example, if put go to random position and it's supposed to be coming from like one side, and then I do this, that could just spoil a game. So you need to be careful. Yeah. It's also important to test the blocks before you execute them. Like you can just tap them, double tap the blocks and see their effect, like what I was doing. Yeah. And I hope you what? You can see that the instructions are set for like each sprite. You have to give it its separate instructions because when you tell us to move 10 steps, it will move alone, not the rest. So each sprite is coded like separately. That's why I want us to move step by step, give the instructions for each sprite differently. Okay, so back to the slides. Done with this. If you have any questions, probably you could ask. Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yes.
still hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, if you have any question, you can ask, or I continue.
Wait,
I
what
don't have
happens
any
when we're done
questions.
saving our game? Will it
I
like
don't have any
how can I
questions.
see it?
Okay, that's good. Let's continue.
Let's
Great,
continue.
thanks, guys. Okay, that's nice. Okay, let's continue. Okay, okay. You guys can now mute. So, yeah, I know like very many people have said they have no questions, but if you're there and you have a question, I see, Terence has a question. Terence, you can unmute and tell me probably.
Alright, so my question is, I'm like, when we're done saving our like game or when we're done saving our work, will other people see it? And will it be like on that Scratch community thingy?
I beg your pardon?
My question is, when we're done saving our work on Scratch, will other people see it? And like you can remix it and stuff.
Yeah, you can share. You can always share. We shall we shall we shall tell you guys how to. But for now, just focus on like making your game such that you have what to share. Okay, if there is no question on that part, I'll continue.
And also, Terrence was not the only person here.
Okay. So we're going to work on sprite 1, which is our space shooter or our rocket ship, whatever you want to call it. But then before we work on it, it needs to know like when does it act, under what event. That's why we have something. We have things called the event blocks, because they'll sort of tell us, okay, so the spaceship is going to work, but it needs to know when do I come in? Yeah. So that's why we have the events. So when I click, I want the spaceship the rocket ship. Okay, let me call it rocket ship, to start acting when I click the green flag. You see? So I want it to start acting when I click the green flag. For now, when I click that, nothing happens because I haven't put anything under it. So after telling the rocket ship under what event you want it to work, then you can always put the other instructions. There are also other instructions, other events, and there are four. There are all these events under which sprites work. For example, you can say, I want you to work when I press the space key. You guys have the space key on your keyboards, I think. So when I press that, for example, I can say, when space key pressed, I want it to move 10 steps. So here, you see, I'm pressing the space key. Or I can say, when the green flag is clicked, I want it to move 10 steps. So when I click the green flag, it will move 10 steps. Yeah, so events is basically under which condition do you want the sprite to act. But for my case, I want it to act throughout the game, and I will start my game when I click the green flag. So I'll put when green flag clicked. I want this sprite, this sprite, the rocket ship, to start acting when I click the green flag. Yeah. So that's what we call the events. You must tell a sprite under which event it should act. Otherwise, you put the instructions there and it doesn't know, so it won't act. Yeah. So that's very important. Okay. So let's get straight to the work. First of all, you can also import sounds, just that's extra. You can put sounds if you want, But then, okay, I want some background music. So if you want any like background music in your game, there's always a sound. Can always test them here. That's a space ripple. So it could play in the background if you like the whole time. Or the laser. Yeah. Or you could upload a sound from your computer. If you have like some nice songs on your computer, yeah, you could upload a sound. Or you could just take whatever they give you, which is a surprise. Or you could record yourself like saying stuff over your game. So it's really up to you. For now, I'll just do the space ripple. And then I'll come to chord. And then I'll come to sounds. And then I'll put play sound laser 2 until done. Oh, no, not laser 2. So there are options here. Is when you do this, there's a drop down menu with the different sounds that are available. After you selected them, this side. So if you, okay, yeah, oh, by the way, if you don't want these sounds, there are other options. This side, still loading. So you can always try. Oh, yeah, you play. Okay, but one thing you realize is that these sounds are like short, so they are better maybe for like effects. Like if you want, like probably if you've hit a rock and you want a sound effect, like a quick sound effect, these sounds are best. But if you want like a song playing in the background for like, you know, just casual stuff, probably you upload from your computer. Yeah, let me see. I want to upload, but I feel like it's going to take some time. So that's why I don't want to. Okay, but I can just show you how to upload. So when you click upload sound, it's loading. This is my computer. So you can go to the okay. My computer is not. Anyway, so you can always open, and then, you know, check the music that you want. Yeah, so I don't think I want to use any of these sounds. So, but then you can select any music you want. So it's going to import. It depends on the music you guys have. And then this one may not be a good sound, but just for illustration. Okay, so you could put that in the background, though here I don't think it will give us the vibe. So you could say, when flag clicked, yeah, so that's how you import sounds. So I don't think this is appropriate for this game. It doesn't give me the whole space vibe, so I'll just drop it. So that's just how to import the sounds. You can either leave it, or if you want, if you're interested, you can put it. For now, since I can't find an appropriate, like, you know, nice background song, I'll just leave that. Yes?
Could you please repeat that again, how to import the song?
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so importing sounds. You're going to come here on sounds. I hope you can all see this. And then there's a variety of sounds that Scratch gives. You could try them out before putting them to see how they sound. But as you can see, they're like very short. So these sounds are better if you like want to do like something quick, like for a short what? Something quick, like maybe if you want to hit the rock and you want it to play like a shooting sound or something. So if you want like a background song, like from your computer, you can just come here to upload sound. Yeah, here. There are other options of sound. You could also record yourself and then play it in sound, or you could surprise, they give you a random sound. I don't think I want to be surprised, so I'll just upload. Yeah, so it will bring it to your computer, like all the music you have. I didn't have like, I don't know. Yeah, so I wanted to import Panic at the Disco. So it's importing. And then it's here, gets updated here. So I go to code, and then I'll say, when flag picked, play Panic at the Disco. So when I pick the flag, it's going to play the song. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop that because I said it's space, so I don't think I want to play that. But if I get like a better sound in the background, I'll put it. But if you guys have like better sounds you want to put in the background of your games, you can always put them from your computer if you have the play sound. I'm just going to go to like to the sprite, other things about the sprite. Okay, so first of all, this sprite is facing in the wrong direction. I want it to face the rock. So I am going to go to motion. Ooh, I don't know, it couldn't save. Am I still on? Because if it's not saving, then that means the internet has a problem. Because everything you do is automatically saved by on the cloud. So you don't have to keep saving. That's also something I forgot to say. If you're using the online, oh my God. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Because
Yeah,
the
you're
scratch
still
was being
on.
kind of weird. So okay. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope I'm still on. Okay, let me just.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because so the project wasn't saving, so I thought that the internet was acting, because once you have a stable internet connection, it's supposed to automatically save. It's going to keep saving for you. But if you're using an offline scratch thing, you have to keep saving because you're not like on the cloud. So yeah, I was saying I want this sprite to face the rocks. So I will get a point in direction. So this is what I wanted. So you don't have to cram the angles. Like Scratch can always show you which angle it's like help you determine the angles. For example, if you do this 90 degrees, and then so it also depends on how you see the sprite. So according to the Scratch, this sprite is facing 90 degrees. So if you want it to face, you can just keep trying if you're not sure. That's it. So this is 180 degrees. Okay, I think it's kind of weird because it depends on the perspective you're looking at it, but you can always try and error because see this. This is now negative 90. So for this one, so for this one, it will be 180 degrees. We want it to face 180 degrees. So we have it facing in the right direction. So that's okay.
Excuse me.
And then now, we want also for our sprite to be in a specific position. Yes. Okay, so next, our sprite to go to a specific position, because you'll keep during the game, we're going to keep like moving it, but we want that when a player starts the game, the sprite is in that same position. Like every time you start the game, it's in that position, not this position where you left it previous game. We want it to go to a specific position. So we're going to have a go to block. You can have a go to random position, but you don't want that because it can completely disappear. And yet we want it to be in a good position to hit the rocks. So we are going to dictate where we want this sprite to be. Yeah. So, yeah. So we're going to go to this position. And oh, by the way, so for this, as I already told you that there are XY planes, I told you to imagine like a sort of line here in the middle. This is like the Y axis, the vertical line, like in the middle, and then like the X axis. So you can see, I want you to focus on this here. Eh? I want you to focus on this here. As you change the position, it also changes, you know? You see? So if you haven't learned this stuff yet in class, don't worry, Scratch can always help you, like, you know, determine the position. You don't have to know it in your head that, oh, I want it to be at -50 or something. You can just like put it here. You'll be like, okay. So then you put here, and you see that once it's here, it's at -12, and X and Y is at -8. So I'm going to come here and type -212 and Y at -80, at -8, sorry. So every time the flag is clicked, this sprite, wherever position it was, will always come to that position. You see? I want you to see this. Even if it's here or like somewhere weird, sorry, no, there it can go. It's even if it's here, then I click the flag, it will always come here. So when I click the flag, I want it to be here. So that has already been executed. Yeah. And then, okay, let me first go back to the slides. So we have seen how to import sounds. And then the show block, this one now, okay, I think I can also explain it now. So another thing that you should know is that the sprites can be made invisible. Like you can make them invisible if you like, such that they act without the player seeing them. So in this case, I want my sprite to show. So I'm going to go to looks, and I'm going to click show. Okay, so I want this sprite to disappear at the end of the game. I want it to disappear like when the game is done, as you saw from the other demonstration that I showed you earlier. At the end of the game, I want the sprite to disappear. But when I click the flag, I want this sprite to be showing, like, so that's why I say show. Yeah. So you may not see the effect of this now, and it's okay, but with time I'll show you how this show block is very important. So for now, just know that we need to make sure that the sprite is on show. And then, so as I already explained the planes, the X and Y planes, you don't have to cram them and you don't have to have trouble because Scratch is like, you know, showing you everything here. So that's okay. And then, yeah, I hope you know all this stuff. Even if you don't know, it's okay. Just know that the right is positive and your left is negative. So if you make your sprite move more to the right, it's going to keep like changing positively. So I want you to see this. I want you to see this. First, it's here at 22. So the more I move to the right, now it's at 166. So the more you move to the right, the more the X position increases. sort of, this is for those who may not understand what the X and Y planes are for now, but don't worry. And then the Y plane, it's upwards and downwards. Just take it as the upwards and downwards. If I increase it upwards, it increases positively. But if I do it downwards, it reduces, yeah. Okay. But don't worry about that because, yeah, Scratch got you covered. You can just come here and just get this position and put it there. So, yeah, and you have a better understanding of that as we code more. Yeah, as I said, no need to cram because, yeah, everything is on Scratch to help. Okay, so it's 10:49. I don't know if I will be, okay. Okay, let me also take you through the conditionals and then we can close. Okay, so there is a part called the control. Now, this is a very important part of coding because these sprites need to know up to when can we do this, because trust me, if you tell a sprite to keep like forever perform an action, it's going to keep doing like these guys are literally just following everything, you know, like even if you tell it move 10 steps forever, it will keep moving forever. So these control statements are very important. Do we want this sprite to keep moving forever? Do we want it to even move? Or like how many times do we want it to move? So I do not want to go through this right now because it's important and it's an important aspect of programming because you get to see all the statements even in the other languages. You get to see them in C, Python. That's what I've done so far. So they're called conditional statements. So you need to understand them. But right now, I don't know if you guys are still sober, so I may not go through them today. But just think about it. Like, let me show you. Let me illustrate. Forever. For example, if I say forever, I want this thing to turn 15 degrees forever. I want you to see this. I see. Like, it's not even stopping. So you need to say, man, like, yo, it's done. So it depends. For some games, you will need it to like act forever, but for others, you'll need it for like a specific time. So that's why the control statements are very important. And yeah, I think I'll teach this next time when you guys are like fresh. I don't know if I feel like I've said a lot. So first take that in and then we shall go through the conditions next time. I will show you how I want. Oh, but anyways, no, at least let me show you this. One thing for sure is that I want, okay, let's first click it. I want I want the sprites to sort of like listen to my instructions, the ones I put on the keyboard forever throughout the game, in that when I click, events, control. If I click, okay, no, I'll do this next time. I don't want to bring it in when you guys are not sober or when I want to explain it as well as I could. So for now, I think I'll stop here, but I'll not explain conditional flow today, control flow today. But yeah, it's a very important element. Okay, let me go to the last slide. Okay. Oh yeah, the assignment. So first of all, today I've taught you how to basically what this whole Scratch thing is all about and getting and like diving in and everything. And the fact that we need to, have code for instructions for each and every sprite. So for now, just think about the game. Like, oh, by the way, it's always important to have the end in mind. Like, you should know what you want to create and then you can get started. That's why I had to show you what I wanted. And then you guys can know like what we want, like how to instruct these sprites to do everything. So when you're starting off to code, you need to have the end in mind. What kind of game do you want to do? um, like maybe you want to do like a snake game. How do you want this snake to move? Do you want it to increase size when it eats the whatever apple or something, whatever is there? Or do you want it to like, I don't know, it's like you always have to have the end in mind. So as per now, we know what we want to do. We want this rocket ship to fire bullets, like every time we click the space button to fire bullets to hit this rock, because once this rock hits us, that means it's game over for us. So we need to survive and get a high score. Yeah. So that's it. Something else. You can always try to remix. This is for the online accounts, for the online Scratch profile. Okay. It's loading. So you can always try to remix other people's projects, but right now you may not be able to, because it depends. For those who have prior knowledge of Scratch, you can try maybe remixing the other people's projects. You'll just go and you go to your online account, and you can be able to see other people's projects. And even here in the class, we could share our projects with each other, and probably someone could help you improve a few features. Yeah, as I said, it's important to get feedback from many kinds of people, because you want your applications to be usable. I don't think you'd make applications for like, aliens or something. But yeah, the applications need to be used by other humans. So you need feedback and improvement, constructive feedback. Yeah. So for today, I'll leave you with an assignment. First of all, to be able to try animating your name. You can get this. Okay, first give me a second. Okay, so this is my. Okay, so Scratch is loading. Give me a second. I want to illustrate something for you here. I want you guys to like get hands-on with a Scratch environment. It's not nice if you just like watch me do everything. I know that once you guys get like hands-on, you can even be able to come up with a code even before the lesson. It's not a must, but if you can, that would be nice. So I want you to check this part here. For those who have the offline Scratch, you can come here to tutorials. You can always use these. For example, animating your name is here. There are some instructions. Then you click and try to follow through, Yeah, so you'll be able to animate your name. For those who can't, and anyways, like before you even check the tutorials, you should just maybe try to do it yourself and see. No pressure though. I just want you to get this to be able to get hands-on with the whole Scratch environment. But yeah, so you guys can try animating your name for the next. I'll be checking. And then yeah, think about how we're going to introduce the bullets. Like, how do you want them to come in? What kind, like, how will the code work? Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we shall do more work next time. I'm so sorry. I had problems sharing my screen at the beginning, but next time I'll share earlier, because the meeting was supposed to end at 10:10, but because of that, we have gone beyond time. So I don't know if there are questions. Let me check the chat. You guys can unmute and share anything.
Excuse me, Skylar has a question.
Oh, Skylar. I don't know why I can't see the message. Oh, okay.
I
Skylar.
wanted I
Oh,
wanted to ask that how do you make the
yeah.
rocks move towards the rocket?
Okay. So I did not want to introduce all the instructions for the game in one lesson. So we'll get to see that because as I told you, we need instructions. We need to give instructions to each sprite like separately. We can't mix otherwise. Okay, you can mix, but it can also be kind of confusing. I think it's better to focus on one sprite first, make sure it does what it's supposed to do, then move on to the others. So for now, we may not. I won't show you how the rocks move, but you'll get to know. Like I'll definitely teach you. But if you can, if you want, or if you can also try like playing with a code on your computer. But don't worry, I'm going to teach you everything such that you can also be able to come up with your own stuff.
Okay.
I hope that has helped. Okay. So is there any other question? Uh, so the questions are done. Okay, I guess there is no question. But if you have any, feel free to post it in the chat. I'll be there. And also you can private message me. Yeah. I'll post a message. I'll post a message in the chat such that you can.
Private message, which number?
Sylvia, I will post mine a message in the chat. Then you guys will inbox me. Yeah. So Sylvia has a question. Sylvia. To Shave Sylvia, do you still have a question? Because I see your hand is raised. Okay, I don't know if she still
No,
has a
we don't.
question. Okay, cool.
Chago.
Okay, bye guys.
Isaiah got
Okay,
PS5. Isaiah got a PS5.
okay,
Yes, yeah, yes.
okay,
Boy got a PS5.
okay, bye.
That's the woman thing is that I'm good. Lying. Yes, the man saying is that Isaiah's gate.
Yeah, it's so stupid. How did you see that?
What? See, Isaiah, boy, I got a PS5.
Them to show you proof. What?
You guys, Isaiah, first stop lying. Stop lying, man.
Bye, people. See you.
So if we talked about rivers, and what I had in mind saying, what is a river? He's telling us what a river is. Aaron, Julius, and the river is.
I have Nintendo.
Yes, I'm going to hear from you.